Hello, hello, hello. This is Happy Valley Hobbies, and these are hobbies that make me happy. Let's see. It's looks like everything is running fine. Uh, Basically, uh, what I have sort of kind of made a decision of uh, changing my ever so fun schedule. Um, Basically, next week will be my last live stream on this particular time slot. I decided to do Saturday mornings at looking on the time already. 8:45 to 9:45. Just before Back on Track. So I'll be their unofficial and unauthorized pre-show for that. Um, so that's what I've decided to do. Mainly because there's times I want to be doing something on Sunday nights. That's the reason for that. I still appreciate everyone showing up and help me prod along and help me with my skills. Um, I would have to say that I've gotten a lot of modeling done specifically for the content. Uh, so it's very good with that. That's interesting because StreamYard says there's 3 people watching, and YouTube says there's 1 waiting. Well, hello there, Valleys. Thank you for coming in. So I guess I'll sort of rely on StreamYard instead of YouTube. YouTube does not seem to be updating, I guess, because I know for a fact. Oh, now it says 3 watching. Okay, so it's taking a while to update. Whereas, yeah, the reason for the schedule change is, I want to do something on Sunday nights. So what the current plan is right now is to do this week and next week on the combining the old schedule and new schedule. So I'll be doing next week. It'll also be like a 2 for 1. We're doing the Saturday morning and Sunday night, and then pretty much August it'll be just starting just the ones on Saturday morning, from 8:45 to 9:45, just before Back on Track. And the thing is, I haven't really kept up with Back on Track because usually I try to get one day not on a computer. So that's what my plan is. I was surprised yesterday when I went live. I didn't pre-schedule it like I did tonight, and I was surprised. A bunch of people got on, and I was like going like, "Hey, wait a minute! Thank you for coming." And let's see, hot dog pilot Andy was on there. Hopefully, I can remember everyone. Well, hello there, Dan. Thank you for coming in. Trying to think now. Who else was there? There was, and there was another British YouTuber on there, and it's something on the Loft. They were on there. Oh, that's okay, Valleys. It was one of those things I just decided to pop on and all that, and um, so I wasn't. I was actually I wasn't expecting anybody to come on. So um, if you weren't there, that's okay because it was a uh, thing. And feeling the love. That is correct, Rail Artist. Thank you very much. And it looks like you got your shift caps on. And there was a couple other people that there was James from Dundas Valley. He showed up. Uh, no problem. I just wanted to let you know that you get your shift locked in the wrong place. Uh, I should have wrote down who was actually on there because I mean they I guess popped in just to see what was going on and then had to do other things. So, uh, but then again, I was not expecting. Ooh, okay. Sounds like there's a large large story behind that. But it's okay. It's okay if you do not want to elaborate or if it's too long to elaborate. Sometimes it's like oh yes, there's a story, but there's no Cliff Notes version. Uh, but well, thank you for showing up, Rail Artist. Of course, I know that I might be. There's a possibility of. I have changed my schedule once before. Yeah, way too long. Gotcha. All right. So, sounds like it's a novel, but uh, yeah. Sometimes the story is just really long. Uh, but yeah, the last I think the last time I was like on a Friday. I think it was on a Friday night. I I forgot. I know it was on a night because that's what I normally do nights. This is my first time doing morning. It was either Friday afternoon or Friday night, and then I moved to Sunday night, and wound up losing uh, uh, some people. Hello there, Wigwag. Thank you for coming in. Uh, so the way I uh, it's yeah, I've sort of kind of given up on getting a massively large audience, uh, but I do appreciate the people that hang out with me and help me along with uh, you know getting my getting projects done. Because if it wasn't for providing content, there'd be a lot of things that I would not have attempted. I mean, for what I'm currently doing uh, with the covered truss bridge, I would have never done that. But that's what I've been doing now. And let me switch over to cameras. Speaking of that, let's see, live camera, da-da. Yeah, I would have to say I would have never wound up building this bridge at all if it wasn't for having to make content for this channel. So, and doing my best to make things. All right, so that's almost a good finger, uh, almost a good finger difference there. This should have been made a little bit taller, but oh well. That's why we can turn around and add add stuff to it. This goes over there. So let's see now. If we go too further, we have to fix the diorama and see about putting a small stream down here. This is that's not quite long enough. This is long enough. I think that will work properly. Let's see, is this the right thickness? It's a little bit thicker, so that's okay. Now we need. No, we do need this to be the same height. So that makes it even farther off. Now it looks like I might have to dig into the module, which it's one of those things of that's how you live and learn. Now, if this was set up, ooh, I forgot one important detail. Hold on a second. All right. I forgot to grab the phone so I can keep up with chat. Ooh, stay alives. Yeah, that's one of the things of I'm having to realize that don't quite have enough space here. I need more. I need more space, but unfortunately, I got one of my smaller layouts taking up a lot of room. It's providing a nice backdrop, nice backdrop here, but it is in the way. All right, rail artists. See you back soon. All right, thing is, let us there. Now this is long and thick enough to take up all that. I'm looking at this correctly. That's way too off. Yeah, it's almost finger. Yeah, it's almost a finger thickness from this and this. Hmm. I mean, I can get away with, putting something here to make it look like it's not part of the canal. But all right, so what do we do? Let's see now. And so I'm plotting away what to do next. And that's why I'm sort of silent right now, trying to plot what to do next. Hmm. So thinking of hello, David. Thank you for coming in. Ooh. Yeah, that's the thing is, sometimes in my opinion, before you start cutting up the expensive stuff, play around with the cheap stuff first. Ooh, speaking of cheap stuff, this be the decent enough heights. Ooh, a little bit too much. Let's go this direction. Ooh. That looks promising. And then actually, this was a bit blonder. And that one will go much, much longer. Ooh, here's a nice possible wide piece. That there. And then this over here. Oh, hello, Randall. Thank you for coming in. Right now, I'm trying to find things to readjust the diorama, so it would be more. Two of the trestle vents I did here are not big enough, so now I'm trying to make them big enough. Oh yeah, that'll work. Then make this as a false stone. Ooh, the Housatonic got 2 new GP39-3s. Yeah. That's interesting. Might have to turn around and wander that direction while I go to Hobby World. The only thing I know about the Housatonic, I don't know much, but what I do know is that I think they own at least an RDC. Because they do have like a small little operation. Yeah, I think that's what I'm going to do with this. I'll find more stonework and all that, and make that into a stone pillar. But I'm gonna turn around and move everything in place first. Or at least glue this in place first. Good, nice slabber of glue on that. Sort of kind of center it on there. So this is not quite centered on that, but that's okay. It's just a diorama to I'll slowly figure things out. Right now, the modules that I have, I do not have. There's the layouts are way too small to figure out how to do. Um, yeah, how to do a. To do a very simple it's too small to really put anything that's like a creek on it, so that's why I'm doing the dioramas to sort of get my skill of. Ooh, we go all the way to the end on that one. All the way to the end. So I don't really have much opportunities with the modules to do stuff with water. So that's why all the dioramas I've been doing, have bridges and the sorts on that, because I can't really do it on the layout because there's just not enough room for there's not really room for a bridge. Okay, so we got that there. Now with this, all right, what I'm going to do is add more plastic cloth. All right, let's see. Now, let's see, take this plastic cloth all the way down to the bottom. We'll come over here. Yeah, that looks about right. Or we should get the glue bottle away from the chat so we can actually keep on it. Let's see. Da, 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 da. Let that soak in. Oh, hello there, Eugene. Thank you for coming in. As I explained earlier in the video, I am I'm in the process of actually changing the schedule up a little bit. Mainly because there's things I want to do on a Sunday night now. Um, During lockdown, there wasn't really much going on, but now that lockdown is no longer a thing, uh, there are some things that are happening on Sunday that I want to actually see about going to. So I'm changing to Saturday morning from 8:45 to 9:45, just before back on track. So it'll be the unofficial, unauthorized pre-show for that particular fun group. I believe the Eugene is the one in charge of that one, and sometimes he has a lot of different guests on there. He sort of kind of has regulars. Ooh. Wow. I would hopefully that's good news. It sounds like you're saying that it's good news. Speaking of somebody that was at yesterday's live stream, there is James. Thank you for coming in for 2 days in a row. Actually, come to think of it, I think Randall, you popped in yesterday for a short time, didn't you? I unfortunately wasn't keeping track of everyone that was there, which if I was smart of, I probably should have. But as I said earlier, I wasn't expecting anyone to be showing up, so I was pleasantly surprised and grateful for people for showing up. Nice, good to know. Ooh, okay, understand, Randall. I'm sort of kind of wondering how companies that work with railroads, feel about filming. Uh, I know when I applied for CSX, they actually had a thing saying that you cannot have you can't use personal electronics within something like 600 yards from, or it was six something. I don't think it was 600 yards, or maybe 60 yards from an active rail line. But since I never got the job, I didn't have to worry about it. Yes, but I think James, I think Randall's talking about uh, live railroad reviews. I guess that one's done because the glue is not coming off of that one. Why, thank you, Dan. But it's one of those things. From what I understand, some people, when they go to a concert and all that, they sometimes they're not there for the main the main event. They're there for the pre-show. Yeah, no personal electronics while on duty, which is yeah, Phil. Yeah, yeah. I think you're Randall. I think you're doing it I guess the proper way. I guess. But I mean, if you're actually, in my opinion, if you're actually are operating equipment, you sort of kind of keep paying attention to the equipment, because the equipment can kill you if you're not careful. Okay, let's back here, see how this is doing, because I don't want to. I want to add thickness to this, but not here. There. Then this. I'm going to put this here. That will theoretically work that way. Now, basically, get smaller pieces to ridge that up. Yeah, and it's James, is I would have to say, is as long as you keep a budget and you stick to that budget. Right now, my budget now is I could actually probably buy a lot more stuff, but I made a decision to finish the projects first, then buy new stuff. So I do have a bunch of projects that probably will keep me busy for a while. I mean, some of the new stuff have bought lately is just basically things to, like the wood for this trestle. It's basically there to help finish this particular project. Um, One of the things I'm going to be buying new soon would be uh, I've already broadened the gauge on this to 6 foot, but now I'm once I get closer to the end of this project, I'll probably be going to uh, either probably Northwest Shortline to say, hey, can is it possible to? I know you can buy HO scale wheel sets, but I'm wondering if I can turn around and buy S gauge axles that the HO scale would fit onto. Oof. Yeah, that's Yeah, I from what I understand, Randall, some companies have a tendency to do that, and I guess that's one of the problems. Like Uber and Lyft are having the same problems. Is that they keep on they keep on letting more and more drivers in, which basically makes it to the point where no one can actually make money on it. I mean, it's like there was a time that I guess you could make a living on Uber and Lyft, but now they got so many drivers on others. There's too much competition, and that's where, unfortunately, that's where you're uh, wandering into that territory. But I would have to lean towards what James is saying. Is that if you're seeing that you're on a sinking ship, you might want to get to a life raft and get on to another ship. That's of course, that's a lesson I never really learned. I have a tendency to keep on plowing away until, well, I get laid off. Yeah, we're on to the watching stuff dry point of the program. Who's running? That's one thing with the new schedule. It's good. I know it's going to be back on track, so I won't have to ask the question, "Who's doing Sidetrack Sunday tonight?" PK, gotcha. Yeah, the one of the advantages of being in front of back on track is, like I could say, go to back on track instead of trying to remember who's what where and all that fun stuff. And it also gets my carcass up in the morning. That's I guess one of the disadvantages of working second shift is like, oh, I could sleep in all the time, and well, trying to break myself with that particular habit. Okay. And one thing I probably going to see about doing is trying to stain stuff and see if that winds up being all right. Well, thank you, Valleys, for showing up and all that. You donate dance monologue. Uh, yeah, I think I would have to say that's sort of a autocorrect or auto or spell suggest is uh, I don't know. I think autocorrect or the auto suggestions getting worse. Uh, Before it was basically it was trying to suggest things that you would normally, you know, you would turn around and ask for, and it was sort of creepily almost predicting what your sentences were. But now it's like, what are you predicting? You know, it's like there's sometimes it's coming up with words that I never even thought of, and I think that's what the big language AI is doing is basically, well, everyone's using this word, you should use this word, and it's like I don't use that word, or I'm trying to spell something that is not a foreign word that doesn't follow normal English rules and all that, and it just does. I have to actually turn around, go on DuckDuckGo, type in the word, and get the auto suggestions from that, and then copy paste, and it's really annoying. You know, if it realizes that you're not a good speller, it should sort of, you know, suggest things that would be correct in spelling. All right, let's add some more glue to this as we can. This is Bar Mills Lowboy trestle that I got from well, it was a box of stuff, and this was in it. So I turned around and I built it. Yeah, I think, and then this is just my thought on things, is that, you know, the constant, oh, there's plenty of work out there. It's like, that's the problem, that there's too much work out there. And a lot of companies, instead of paying what people are worth, you know, they pit them against each other. Ooh, that's will work. Clamp that down. Clamp that down. And then we do this. Yeah, I mean, that is a tough call, Randall. It's like, you know, you don't want to ruin your seniority, but at the same time, if things are not looking the way they should be, and all that, I would also, I'm not sure how well this would go, but maybe negotiate, saying that, you know, hey, if you don't give me, it's like, I want to work for you guys, but if you're not giving me enough to, you know, if you're not giving me work, I'm going to have to go someplace else. Because unfortunately, uh, modern modern business practice, they don't really, uh, they're not really into loyalty anymore. It's basically, what have you done for me lately? What have you done for me lately? And if you haven't done anything for them lately, bye. We'll get somebody cheaper. And I think a lot of companies do. A lot of companies do that. They do the cost analysis, and then like, this person's costing us too much. So let's find a way to get rid of them. Okay, so I'm gonna need more round clips, I think. Now I have a feeling the current job I have, uh, from the I guess the joke is with my company is that you don't really, uh, trying to climb the ladder, the corporate ladder, the normal way, takes a really really long time. So there's a lot of times you have to sort of do a sideways move. Yeah, I mean it's good that you have uh, a buffer where you can actually be able to take, not have to rely paycheck to paycheck. I mean, just recently they did something that I misunderstood what was happening, and if I understood what was going on, it would have been a little bit more. Hey, uh, they closed down the plant for doing inventory. But the thing is that apparently, the what had happened. Uh, what I thought I was being told was that you'd be paid for the day that you're off, which is like I had to use a vacation day for that, which, well, I haven't really planned on vacation, so I sacrificed that. Then on the other day, it's like we waited about 5 hours, and then finally went. It's like, all right, you guys can go home now. And I had, from what I understood, was if we were there for 4 hours, we would be paid for the other 4 hours, that we left early, but we were there for 5. And then it's like, oh, no, 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 you either had to take vacation time or don't get paid for it. And it's like 3 hours, and I'm like, yeah, 3 hours is not going to break the bank. So I decided to go that direction. Well, that's good, sidetracks. I myself have jack of all trades, master of none, which has helped me and all that, but I'm also to the point where I'm tired of being at the bottom of the totem pole. That's when I found out that my last major job that I had was with the shipping and receiving, and apparently they have a tendency to be paid more than laborers. So it's like, okay. So I had an opportunity at my current location to get that job, but I was still a temp at that time, and my coworkers suggested that because I was still a temp, they went with somebody that was an actual employee first. But it's one of those things of, when I was looking into it, a lot of them are like, "You really wanted it? You'll be stuck on a forklift all day." And I'm like, "I can turn around and sit on, I can turn around and sit on a forklift all day. Uh, it's not necessarily a desk job, but you're sitting all day, which is actually not the case. You're actually getting on and off the forklift constantly." Um, and it would also be first shift, not, I'm still on second. In fact, two of my coworkers are, well, one of my direct coworkers and her fiance are, they were sort of resigned that they'll be constantly at the, on second shift, because if one moved to first shift, they'll never be seeing each other. But an opportunity came along where both a position for a finisher and for a painter showed up for first shift at the same time, so they decided to both go for it. And I want to say she's one of the more responsible ones, uh, but oh well. Yeah, exactly, Randall. Oh, hello there, Sparky. I didn't see you sneak in. All right, looks like it's that time to switch cameras. Ugh. Sorry for the shaky camera. Yeah, you're such a lurker. Okay, back to this camera. All right, and ooh, seems that I forgot to turn on the main cameras and all that, so it's a little dark. But tonight, for Sidetrack Sunday is PK and W, I think is the last one. As I said earlier, I will be next week will be my last week on this time slot. I am moving to Sunday or Saturday morning, between 8:45 and 9:45, just before Back on Track. So I'll be there pre-show. And I started that last yesterday, and sort of trying to get used to that. Working on second shift, a lot of times I'm just, I sleep in a lot, so it's one of those things of, forcing myself to. Currently on weekends, going to force myself to get up early. But that's what my plan is to do. So I guess I'll see everyone over at PK and W. And thanks for everyone that showed up, and also thank you for the ones who see this on a recording. So that's that. I'll see you over at PK and W. I think the world needs a a lot more love. So find your passion, add some silliness to it, and spread it around. Bye, everyone.